Welcome to I Love This Thing So Fricking Much, a podcast about passion. My name is Sophie Katz, and today I am joined by Kevin, a barbershopper and general nerd. Welcome back to the show, Kevin.
Hello! Happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. So, here's how this works. Kevin will have 3 minutes to talk about something that he loves. This can be a person, place, thing, concept, activity, anything he wants. Our only requirement is that he loves it wholeheartedly and wants to tell us why. Are you ready, Kevin?
I think I am.
Good. Got my timer here. Now, what do you love so fricking much?
What I love is Barbershop, specifically the style of singing and the kind of community that has grown up surrounding it. A lot of people think about Barbershop and they think of or at least I imagine, the very old-fashioned style of singing a 4-part harmony in a cappella. It's very common at Disney World. A lot of people know about the Dapper Dans. But I sing Barbershop today in a quartet and chorus recreationally. It's a wonderful hobby. I've also been to several of the international competitions. There are contests and conventions surrounding this style of singing. From what I understand, Barbershop is a style of singing that focuses on chords that buzz and clash and then resolve. A lot of the greats do this really well, and you can really know when you're listening to a high-level quartet versus not. But I'll be honest, even then, like, the lower-level quartets are just such a delight to listen to because it's hard to make amazing, but it's still so fun to enjoy and to sing, even as an amateur. I like a lot of things about it, as I mentioned. One of the specific things is that I think that the community that's arisen around Barbershop lends itself to a lot of collaboration. I've been in encounters at conventions where you could have 4 people that have never met or sung together, and if you know the parts, you can sing a song like you've sung it together 1,000 times. The Harmony Society puts out a book called The Polecats, which are specifically for this, like a set of 12 songs that everyone can learn and know. And this is even true with tags. A lot of people have the tags of songs and get 4 people that know 4 different parts or learn a new part, and they gather around and sing like they've sung for a while. Another aspect that I love about it, in addition to the singing, is listening to the good performances. As I mentioned, there are a lot of greats that just make Barbershop so good. They make such good music together. And also, I also really love the inside jokes that have risen around it. If you have year after year international competitions, you have jokes that are made from previous years. Particular quartets that I like are the Newfangled Four, who have a banana joke because they sang Banana Phone several years ago. So they keep referencing, it's the phone with appeal. I also really like Lunch Break. They're famous for Old MacDonald's Deformed Farm, which Midtown, the 2023 international champions, referenced because their baritone used to sing in that quartet. So it's cool to see the collaboration and the inside jokes just permeating throughout the entire culture.
Go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah, a lot of there's so many good quartets. Even if they're not comedy-based, which are my favorites, listening to good Barbershop is such a delight. And I also really, as mentioned, love singing it. My chorus and quartet I have a lot of fun with, so it's a lot of good fun.
That's great. Thank you for telling us about Barbershop singing today.
You're welcome.
So how did you first get into Barbershop?
I was in an a cappella group in high school, and we had a director come in to coach us who knows a lot about Barbershop, and so he showed us a few simple songs to sing and perform in, one which was Hello Mary Lou, which quickly became one of our favorites. And then when I graduated college, I still wanted to do something artistic, so I got in touch with that director, and he told me that he directs a chorus nearby that I've been going to and singing with for the last 6 years. It's been a delight the whole way.
You mentioned Hello Mary Lou as one of your first favorite Barbershop songs. What other songs stand out as your favorite that you performed?
Going back to like high school, we did sing Hello My Coney Island Baby is another favorite of mine. Nowadays, one of the polecats that I mentioned is a song called Sweet and Lovely, which is a very old style, old-fashioned love song, which is very fun to sing just on happenstance. And then aside from that, I've also sung Barbershop arrangements of Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And a version that Vocal Spectrum popularized of their Go the Distance. Both great songs. I've done so many others, but those come to mind.
Talk a little more about the community you found because of Barbershop.
The chorus that I sing in is all male, so there's a very good kind of brotherhood feel with that. And some of the friends that I've made in going to sing there have been some of the closest people that I've known. They've been in my D&D groups. I've hung out with their children. I've been to like their cookouts. The ability to sing together, it requires, as I mentioned, as I feel, a lot of collaboration. And so I feel like that's really strengthened the bonds that I have with these guys. But even then, going to the local conventions and getting to meet some of the other people and to sing with them has also been really good. It's a lot of cool stuff. And again, just being able to sing when we don't have anything to do. Who wants to sing a song? Grab 3 guys and sing a tag. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's like you have your musical instruments with you wherever you go.
It's really good, yeah. One of the other things that I kind of like about the larger Harmony Society is that one of the like ideals in the foundation is that to not force your music on unwanted ears. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we have to be a bit choosy on where we sing, just in case if someone's not going to appreciate us singing a loud tag on the street or in a restaurant or something. But if we're like in a place that's not going to bother anyone, especially like it helps if we find a nice stairwell or something, somebody that resonates the music really good, those moments are always really good. But yeah, we always have our instruments with us. It's always nice to find a song to sing together, and sometimes I record videos of it too. I want to hang on to that. So
I can only imagine when you're at one of those barbershop conventions, you're going to be around a lot of people who certainly won't mind at all if 4 random strangers start singing.
Certainly not. In the conventions that I've gone into, there have been like specific tag rooms designated for people to like, hey, this is where you go to do that. Some of the conventions, like I think at International, there are events where you can sing with the champions of previous years that come and hang out. I mentioned a quartet that I'm quite fond of called Midtown. They came to our district to like coach some quartets. Mine was one of them. And then afterwards, a lot of barbershop events have a little bit of after party of sorts. We were just in like the hotel ballroom, and the Midtown guys were just standing around chatting, and basically like anyone who wants to come up can sing a tag with them. And I got to sing one of my favorites, which was really fun.
It sounds like a really accessible community.
It's really nice. I like it a lot. The international scene is making some changes to kind of help with that. And yeah, especially if you know the songs, or like as I mentioned with tags being like kind of like the last like 10 seconds of a song, it's really easy to be like, hey, I'm interested in learning a tag. You take 2 minutes to learn the specific part, and then you join in and with 3 other people, and you get to make music.
Talk a little more about your experiences as an audience member listening to other barbershop groups.
Oh, if you are able to go to an international, anytime that I've been there, I've always definitely tried to see either the AIC show, the Association of International Champions, and the Quartet Finals. As I mentioned, it's really a different level to hear the greats make good music. You get such a wide variety of performances too. Newfangled 4 is one that I mentioned. They might be my favorite, but that might be because they're a comedy quartet. And comedy is something that always really draws me in. Every one of their performances is very joke related. I mentioned they did Banana Phone, which is, as far as I understand, a little funny jokey internet video from 2000 something. But they've also parodied Bare Necessities, singing about their insecurities. Things like that. The performances vary greatly, but especially when you have that much level of talent, the quality of the music is always amazing.
So you've talked about your particular interest in the comedic barbershop groups. Is there the other end of the spectrum? Are there very serious barbershop?
Yes. I personally, none are coming to mind as far as like quartets that specifically are very like into the dramatic. I do know that like, I think I'll call out Ringmasters, a quartet from, I do not remember the country, so I'll just say overseas, but they were international champions, and they were, as far as I understand, they sang a few very dramatic songs. Like I think they did a Hunchback of Notre Dame medley, which the song started about them just being very dramatic, singing about the bells of Notre Dame, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I gotta call out another quartet of my favorites, which is After Hours. One of my favorite songs that they do is a barbershop cover of an acoustic version of Take On Me. Their lead, Drew, just puts a lot of drama into that performance and sings it just so delicately. It's one of my favorite performances. Barbershop is one style of music, but the types of performances that you get across different quartets varies wildly, and it's so cool to see.
Is there anything that you don't like about barbershop singing? And if so, how do you handle that?
I think that there's some aspects of the Barbershop Harmony Society that I would like to see kind of being more like outreaching into certain just other groups of people. Barbershop is something that I am very excited and passionate about, and I think that bringing that to other people is very cool. There are things like that, like I volunteered at a program called Youth in Harmony, which invites local high school choirs and teaches them how to be better singers, but also like introduces them to barbershop. And being able to bring barbershop to more people and also different people is something that I would like to see more in the future. And I think that there's been some meaningful changes in that direction. I would just like to, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Absolutely. I mean, you talked before, one of the things you loved most about this was the community, and that it really did feel welcoming to everyone. But still, if you're someone who's never heard a barbershop quartet, or your school doesn't have the funds for a choir program, how do you get to the point where you can be welcomed into that community?
That's absolutely right.
Kevin, thank you so much for telling us about something you love today.
Thank you. This was a joy. I'm delighted.
And thank you, our listeners, for tuning in today. If you would like to learn more about barbershop singing or our guest Kevin, you can find his social media information in the episode description. And if you have something you love so freaking much you want to tell me all about it, consider this your invitation to join the show. I Love This Thing So Freaking Much is a production of Through the Window Media. This episode was directed and edited by Sophie A. Katz. You can find us at Through the Window on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. That is THROU the Window at all those social media sites. Be good to yourself, be kind to each other, and you'll hear from us again soon.